All right, let's get to some rookie business here. The Diamondbacks option Slade Ciccone to AAA Reno. But luckily we have some other guys to talk about because it's time for everybody's favorite segment. It's time for prospecting with the Welsh. That's right. Chris Welsh is going to look down on the farm to see what prospects we need to update on. Last week, obviously, we had some deep dive there. Some AA guys coming up from AAA, some old names, some new names, some old friends, some new friends. So Welsh, let's start prospecting.
Let's start prospecting. So today's prospecting is not so stash-ish as much as it is a report. Bringing back to you the big names because we completely moved away from it last week and we didn't talk about any of those guys. So this is going to bring back the forefront of some of the things that you need to know on the biggest prospects that have been on people's minds. So number one, I tried to get art made today. We couldn't get it done. Free James Wood. I don't play this free this guy game a whole bunch, but I am playing it with James Wood. Ladies and gentlemen, James Wood is batting .385 in AAA, .385 with 9 homers and 10 stolen bases. He has a 34 to 37 walk to strikeout ratio. He has homered in back-to-back games in AAA and has 7 homers in the month of May. But Welsh, maybe he has some bad splits. Well, the lefty hits .370 against righties and .316 against lefties. Joe, I've got a game for you. Are you ready?
I am ready. I like games.
.087, .180, .184, .226, and .275. Do you know what those numbers are?
I don't know, but you just sunk my battleship.
That was really good. Those are the batting averages of the outfielders in Washington. Remind you, 4 of those 5 numbers were under 227. Wow. Those are the batting averages of the outfielders in Washington. How about one more for you? 14. That's the combined number of homers from all of those outfielders. And James Wood has 9 in there. Big, huge, hard hit numbers. Great ratios as far as splits go. Great batting average. Not striking out. Doing it all. He's stealing bases. And he almost has as many homers as the entire Major League Nationals outfield combined. Free James Wood now. That's people in the chat asking, what do we think about James Wood? He has got to be number 1, and it has to be soon.
He's still available in like 40+% of leagues, which is stunning to me still.
Free James Wood. All right. Yeah. Here are 2 more updates on the other 2 big names that people are talking about. Junior Caminero. What's been up with Junior Caminero? He's played 3 games at second base. Correlation is not causation necessarily in this case, but over his last 3 games, hitless, 0 for 12. His batting average has now dropped down to 270, but they're still good counting stats. Brandon Lau was activated, but since he was activated, 0 is the number of hits that he has. So I could play that game again, but there has been some struggle in there. Was it causation, correlation?
I don't know. I wrote it down because it was brilliant. But
it's a Welshism.
Speak of it again. It's going in the book. It's going in the big book of Welshisms. That's what this is.
But I think it's a real one.
We should publish this on Amazon at some point. Very good.
The correlation of him hitting second base isn't necessarily the struggle, but learning a new position defensively might have his mind somewhere else because he's been struggling offensively. So with Lau back and some of the struggles over the last couple of games, I don't know if it's imminent. My guess was May 24th. That ain't happening. But Caminero is holding tight. Number 3 on this list, Orelvis Martinez. Oh, everybody loved Orelvis Martinez. It was a love fest. Well, over the last 4, this was a great stat that I had for you. 4 games in April, he did not have a hit. You remember that, Joe, when we talked about that?
Sorta. Yes.
He was amazing. Everyone, all the people that don't pay attention to prospects, oh my God, we need Orelvis Martinez. He had 4 games where he didn't have a hit in April. That's amazing. Well, in May, 6 games, he has a hit in only 6 games. On May 1st, Orelvis was hitting .310. He is now hitting .243 after hitting .154 in May overall. So the positive news is he's got 4 homers, and we've not seen a dramatic spike in his K percentage. But again, those people that really never have watched Orelvis before and we're only looking at stats and stuff like that, it's a rude awakening because it ain't working. As mentioned earlier in the year, he had never hit 275, over 275. This is something I had said. In the last 2 years, he'd hit under 244 or worse. So his current average, by the way, is 243. He's got 11 homers, 0 stolen bases. The Orelvis Martinez excitement and joy was a little premature, and he might not be coming anytime soon. I've got one more and then a couple quick little fun notes. This is one that you actually can stash, potentially, and I would. Cade Povich. John Means' elbow is not good. The Orioles, they're waiting on the results, and if it's bad, Povich, you are the starter. That's right. Over 9 starts.
That was worth the wait. That was worth the build.
Thank you. Over 9 starts in AAA. He's got a 2.08 ERA, 65 strikeouts over 47 innings pitched. He does not have an overpowering fastball. He touched like 93 in his last start, sits around 91.5. But the deception led that fastball to have a 45% whiff rate in his last start. Fastball, changeup, cutter, curveball guy. And he's held batters to under a 200 batting average. Here's another fun fact on him, or a fun fact. He's third in baseball in strikeouts behind his teammate, Chance McCormick, and he has the lowest ERA among starters in AAA. If Means is out, they may be going to Cade Povich. So that would be a guy I would stash. Joey, the last 2 things, I've got 2 prospect fun facts for you going on in the minors right now. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Your minor league home run leader, Deyvison De Los Santos, who is 21 years old with 14 homers. By the way, that's as many homers as the entire Nationals outfield. 14 homers. He's 21 years old. He has 37 RBI in 38 games. He's hitting 372 with a 22% K percentage. He's played 2 games at AAA since being moved up. He already has a couple more hits. The fun part about it all, this is the guy that was Rule 5 from the Diamondbacks to the Guardians. Then the Guardians let him go and returned him to the Diamondbacks. He is the minor league leader in homers. And then the second, maybe pay attention to this guy, Twins' Zebby Matthews, who's a starting pitcher. He's a 24-year-old pitcher who started at high A. He's now in double A. He's got a 1.34 ERA with a 0.6 whip across 40 innings. Here's the fun. He has 51 strikeouts this year to 1 walk. He struck out 49 batters before he issued his first walk. Maybe we see some Zebby at some point in this year. That is my prospect report, stash, whatever you want to call it, for this week.
All right, Welsh, you're going to have to close up shop because once again, we are in the danger zone. We're in the no-fly zone again where my StreamYard is frozen. And
I'm not on the main account.
I don't know what to tell you, folks. Let's just keep going. We're just going to keep going. That's been Prospecting with the Welsh. Make sure you follow Welsh on the X at IsItTheWelsh. And, of course, check out all his amazing work at FantasyPros.com.